So welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to see so many of you are still interested. Hopefully yesterday wasn't too hard. So first, we're gonna learn some more 3D modeling tools. So let's go ahead and open a part. If you have a screen like mine, you can go ahead and click this. If you don't remember, you can go File, New, and go to Part. So any way you want to open it. So today now we're gonna learn about the other important 3D modeling tool. Like besides extrude, we're going to learn about Revolve. So Revolve basically, it's pretty self-explanatory, the name. It basically just revolves a 2D sketch. So let's make a cone with the revolve function, yeah? So go ahead and start a 2D sketch, and let's make our cone standing up. So let's click the YZ plane. We have our 2D sketch. So remember, for any 3D model, we need a 2D sketch base, right? So what does a flat cone look like? Well, it just looks like a triangle, right? But for our revolve function, we actually only have to make half of the cone. So let's do the triangle. So click line, and we're going to make 3 sides. So click line, hover over the origin until it turns green. Click, and let's just drag it out any amount. And then remember, a triangle, let's go up. And let's line it up with the y-axis over here. So it's the x should be 0. Should be lined up right over your origin. And then just bring it back down. And since we're not going to draw another line, let's press escape to exit out. There we go. So we have our 2D triangle right here. So one thing to remember for the revolve function is that it needs an axis and a face. So for our, just whatever triangle you guys want. So for our 3D modeling, remember we need a closed shape in order to extrude, revolve, anything. Any 3D modeling, we need a closed space. Remember our mouth yesterday? We can't use just a curved line. We have to make a closed area to extrude out of. All right, so let's go ahead and finish the sketch. And let's resize our window. And we can go ahead and click the Revolve function. It should be under the 3D model tab next to extrude. So first off, it already selects the face for us, the profile. But if you have multiple shapes, you can go ahead and select that. But next, we have the axis. This is the trickier part of Revolve, I would say. So right now, we're trying to make our cone standing up on the YZ plane, right? So we're gonna go ahead and have the axis be this line right here. If you look right here, we're gonna revolve around this line. You see how once I click it, it revolves around that line, and we have our cone like this. If I click any other axis, that's how we do this one. It's gonna curve around that way because this is gonna be our axis that we revolve around. So make sure to click the right axis for your revolve. Cancel, go ahead and revolve around this axis and click OK. And there we go, we have a cone right here. Now, one other thing you can do with the revolve function is change how much you revolve. You see right here, the angle, we revolve 360 degrees, which is 1 full circle. We can also go 180 degrees, which is half a cone. Right here. You see how it's only half? Because it's 180 degrees, and that's half of a cone, a circle, sorry. So let's go ahead and make this 360 degrees. And there we go, we have our cone. Oh yeah, go ahead and save your cone to the folder that you saved everything else in. I'll give you guys just a few seconds to do that and remember how to save. go File, Save As, and right now I have my inventor class parts and model selected. So this is what? This is the cone model. Let's save it in there. Yeah, if you just Control Z, that just undoes the last action. If I hit Control Z right now, I guess I already saved it. But yeah, if you just Control Z, that works. If you want to redo it, you can delete your model, retry it. So while we get those saved in our folder, we're actually going to jump right into a challenge model. This one's a bit easier than the blockhead yesterday. No eyebrows, no anything. It's going to be a Lego brick. Everyone's familiar with Legos, right? So let's make a new part. Everyone knows how to do that, right? Let's go to File, New, and Part. Let's go ahead, and these are some, might look like some obscure numbers, but they are more realistic. So let's go ahead and start a 2D sketch on the XZ plane. So as everyone knows, probably the most famous Lego part is the 2x4, right? The one with 8 nubs on it. So let's go ahead and make a rectangle. And let's make the height 0.624. Now remember, before we press enter, press tab to get the length. And let's make this 1.25. And then press enter, and there we go. Now this looks a bit small, so let's resize our window by using the cube up here. Everyone remembers that? All right, so let's go ahead and finish the sketch, and let's extrude this out. So 1 inch seems a bit too much. We're gonna make it 0.375. Click OK, and we should have our foundation. Now all we need is the nubs up here. Nope, and once you have your 2D sketch, just extrude it out 0.375. So for the next part, I'm actually gonna let you guys do it yourselves. I'm gonna give you the measurements just like last time, but I'm gonna let you do it yourselves. Is that fine with everyone? Just the nub part, just the nub part up here. So remember, so let's start a 2D sketch up here. So we do it up here, and I will throw up the measurements. Here we are. Everyone can see the measurements up here. Okay, so go ahead and get these nubs out. And for the height, honestly, just I'm not too sure what the height is. I forgot to record that one, so. But yeah, the diameter of the nub is 0.192, and remember to dimension the center of the circle to the side, right? Remember to use the center and not outside here or anything. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Okay, so once you're done, go ahead and save that into your file. The same one that you saved everything else into. All right, 3:30, everyone is good. You can have a little more time because I'm just gonna go over the pattern. You can watch me while you finish your model. Is that good with everyone? Yeah, okay. So, bring this down. So, I forgot. Yep, save this into your folder. I forgot who said it earlier, but someone talked about the pattern function, which is exactly what I'm going to show you. So, yeah, get that saved. I'll give you like 1 minute to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to use the pattern function. So, yeah, you don't have to follow it. You can follow it if you want, but I'm just going to go over it real quick. And it's going to be just the same thing, just a Lego brick here. So under sketch, we have, you see how we have create, modify, pattern, constraint. We're going to use the pattern this time. So since our base is a rectangle, and we're trying to make 8 different circles. We're going to use the rectangular pattern tool. So first, like last time, like the rotate we used last time, we have to select the shape that we're going to use to make a pattern with. So first, we select geometry, this cursor right here, and we highlight this circle. You see how it turns blue? And then we go down to direction, so 1. So there's 2 different directions. Is basically, first we're gonna move it out this way, and then we're gonna move it down, right? So let's go ahead and click the cursor under direction 1, and we're gonna click this top right here. You see how it turns green, this top side? Now, you see how the circle ends up over here, right? That's not what we want. We want it over here. But the arrow over here points this way. We want it to go this way. So let's go ahead and flip it. Right next to the cursor, there should be a flip button right here. And it comes over here. But we don't want it out here all the way. We want it over here. So the distance between these 2 points, can someone remind me? Is it 0.315, I think? Yeah, that seems about right. So you see how the circle is now inside here, exactly where we want it. So next, since we already have this part done, we have to get the 4 down here to make 8. So second, we have to click direction 2, the cursor. Again, the direction we're going to go in is we're going to go a long ways this way. And you see how the arrow points down, and there's 1 here and 1 here. Now, we're not going to use just 2. Actually, first, let's get rid of let's get the spacing all, right? So between this one and the second one, also 0.315, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But now we have 4, but we don't want 4, we want 8, right? Let's go ahead, instead of making 2, let's make 8. And there make 6, sorry. We're gonna make 6 new ones. So we already have this one here, and it's gonna help us make 6 new ones. Is that right? No, I think, yeah, that's too much. Sorry about that. 3. Oh, because we're 4, sorry. We have 4 different circles we're making. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you go ahead, click OK, and it should pop up like that. We should have, 8 circles right here. Now, all we have to do is finish sketch, and we just extrude it out. Let's select each one. And what was it again? 0.09, right there. Click OK, and we have our nubs. So go ahead, and if you haven't already, save your Lego brick. You didn't have to use the pattern function. You could have just used the way you did. And yeah, go ahead, save that to your file, and we're gonna move on. So let's make a new part. So everyone's screen looks like mine. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we're gonna use the pattern function this time. But you guys are gonna use it. So go ahead and click, I think I used the YZ plane. This one right here. Yep, YZ plane. Go ahead and start a 2D sketch on there. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a base, and you're gonna draw something and pattern it over everything. So, click rectangle. Just make it. How many things do you guys want? Let's do 6 inches by 6 inches. Yeah. Okay. I think that's right. So then let's finish the sketch, and let's extrude it out just a tiny bit. I think 0.05. Oh, that's way too small. 0.5. Yeah, that seems all right. All right, so we have this, right? I used the YZ plane. Let's go ahead and start another 2D sketch on here. And this time we're gonna have you guys play around with the pattern function. This one, I think, yeah, I want you guys to send this one to the 2 emails yesterday. I will post them back up. I wanna see what creative thing you guys came up with. So go ahead and let's make a rectangle. How much did we, what was it? It was 6 inches by 6 inches. So if we do 2 inches by 2 inches, we should be able to make 9 patterns, right? So let's go ahead. I just made it 0.05 feet. You don't have to make it like that, but any thickness you want, just make it reasonable. It's just like a backboard. So yeah, 0.05 is what I did. So let's make 2 inches by 2 inches. Oops, I should not finish sketch. Yeah, don't finish sketch. So rectangle, hover over enter screen, 2 inches by 2 inches, press enter and escape. And there we go. So you have a rectangle, and I want you guys to make some cool shape, any shape you want. So let's say, for now, I'm just gonna do a circle because that's really cool, you know? And then we're gonna use this, and then same as last time, make it like this. And we're gonna make 3. And they should be what, 1 inch apart? Oh, wait. That's the wrong thing I do. Yeah, 2 inches apart, I think. Yeah, 2 inches apart. And if you click OK, it's all lined up there. So I want you guys to make one cool pattern on one of them and pattern it across your entire board. Yeah? So yeah. So let me get this direction, 2 inches. Make sure you have a point in the center so you can pattern it exactly the way you want. And then let's make the direction. Oh. Okay, yeah, and then pattern it down here, all that. So have some fun with that. We will regroup at, how much time do you guys need? Let's do 5 minutes, and if we need more time, we can go a little more. Okay, great. So next up, so get this saved. We don't want to accidentally delete it, whatever. Get this saved into your file. You can always come back later, but let's make a new part. So this time, do you guys, we're gonna make a mug. Do you guys think you need help with this one? If we just make the cup part? Okay, so I don't think so I'll put this up here. So I want you guys to make a cup, but I just want the whole part of it. I don't want the handle yet. I will show you guys the handle later, but just make this part. Remember how to use extrude cut. So just make a handle like this. Everyone think they can handle just the cup part? Yeah, okay, great. So go ahead and work on that. Dimensions, I'd say just make the base of the cup 2 inches, and then the thickness. So base of the cup, the diameter of the entire thing, 2 inches. Thickness doesn't really matter. So once everyone has their cup, let me make mine. So let's do a circle, right? I said 2 inches. That. Here, sketch. Extrude this out. How high do you guys do? Let's say like 3 inches, right? 3 inches seems about right. Okay. 4 inches, okay, that's fine. Honestly, whatever height is fine. And then circle, boom. That seems about cup thickness. Finish the sketch, extrude, cut, and let's do 2.5. Oh, that's too small. let's see, 2.9. That seems all right. So make sure your cup is not going through, otherwise everything in it will spill out. Everyone has this, right? It's okay. Okay, so this part's kind of tricky. So we'll have to deal with planes this time. So go on the left side, everyone have this bar right here, this pop-out bar. Go to origin and you see the plus sign right on the left of it. If you click the plus sign, you'd have a variety of planes right here. Everyone see the planes? If we hover over each one, you can see which plane it's pointing at, or which axis. So right now we're going to use the YZ plane and go ahead and right click it and turn on visibility. So again, origin, click the plus, right click the YZ plane and turn on visibility. Now we can see the plane. This means that we can start a sketch on this plane, but our handle's gonna be out here, right? We don't want to handle it through our cup. So we're gonna have to offset the plane. Offsetting just means that we're gonna move it from its original position to somewhere that we want. So under the 3D modeling tab, everyone see plane right here under work features. Everyone see plane? Go ahead and click the drop down menu and go offset from plane right here. And go ahead and hover over your plane until it turns green and left click it once. Now you can go ahead and enter the dimension that you want to offset it by. Since our cup was 2 inches in diameter and this is halfway, we're going to offset it by 1 inch and it should be exactly at the edge. You see how it's exactly at the edge of our cup? That's where our handle is going to be. So everyone have 2 planes right now, right? Okay, great. So let's get rid of this plane. So again, hover over until it turns green, right click, and let's turn off visibility. It's going to be over here, like on the top at the circle of options. It's going to be visibility right here. Uncheck that, and we should only have this plane left. So let's go ahead and start a 2D sketch. And hover over the plane. It should be around the edge until it turns green. And there we go. We're going to start a 2D sketch on this plane. Now we want our handle to be centered, right? So let's make a handle like this. So we want it like this. So go ahead, click circle and hover over the Y, this line down here. You should have a line that's just a Y axis. Hover over until it clicks in. You should see that Y is 0. And go ahead, click this, and just make it out this way. And then we have our circle right here. Okay, next, we're gonna, actually no, we're not. So let's go ahead and change the orientation of our view. And our mug is gonna be an arc, right? So let's go ahead and click arc and hover over this. Hover over the center of the circle until it turns green, and let's drag it out this way. And now since this is coming our way, right, we don't want it curved like that. Now here, wait, hold up. Oh, right. I forgot to change the plane, that's my bad. So go ahead, let's go back here. So we have our circle right here, right, on the YZ plane, right? Let's go ahead and hover over it until we have the XY plane this time. So let's turn on visibility, and there we go. You see how it runs through the center of our circle right here? And that's exactly where we want it. So let's finish the sketch, and let's start another 2D sketch on this plane. So you see how it's this way now? That means our arc can go out this way and to make the mug, or to make the mug handle. So let's click arc and align it with this. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's about the center. You see the nub right there? right there, and bring it down, let's stay around that far, and then mug handle out here. That seems about right. And then we're gonna press escape, and there we go. So we have your circle and a handle, well, kind of a handle, right? Right there. So let's go ahead and click Finish Sketch, and we can use the sweep. So sweep, we need one edge and one line to sweep across. So go ahead and click the sweep. It should be under the Create tab under 3D Model next to Revolve. Sweep. So Profile, we have to click this. So when you click Profile, hover over until it turns green, and then Path, click that until it turns green, and there we go. You see how it comes down here? It sweeps along this path, this one. Once we click OK, we have our mug handle. We turn off all visibility, we should have a mug handle like that. Everyone have this? Okay, so
Thank you everyone for attending today. I'll see you next time.